Okay, so continuing from where we had finished in the last video, we were actually talking about the domains, and in the domains, we were discussing about computer vision, right? We had finished with NLP. Now we were talking about computer vision. Now, in computer vision, as I was telling you, that it is basically talking about machines understanding what's going around them by seeing, right? We have seen it in various movies wherein uh, we have to enter a secret room and we have palm identification, we have retina checks, we have all these things happening. And based on that, you are being identified. We have these self-driving cars nowadays, wherein the machine is able to decide whether to take a left, whether to take a right. If there is some person or some animal or some obstruction on the road, it stops. It's all based on your vision itself, isn't it? So all that is being implemented here. Now, though we have a full chapter on that, I think this year or the next, both years we have it actually. But there are certain terms which we should understand once we are doing it here. That is about these two things, pixels and resolution, and how exactly machines understand the uh, image. For him, what is an image actually? So as we say, the digital image, okay, whatever you're seeing on your screen, that's made up of something called as pixels. We all know this term, right? They're dots. They're very, very tiny colored dots, which we are calling as pixels. And there's, you can say, imagine a pipe attached to every dot, and that pipe is providing you a color combination of RGB, red, green, blue. And that intensity of red and intensity of green and intensity of blue put together gives you the color at that dot. Whether it's black or white or pure red or pure green or brown or whatever, yellow, combination of RGB gives you the color, right? So that is what is these color dots meaning here. Each pixel represents a tiny portion of the image, very, very tiny portion of the image, and contains information about its color and intensity. So that is how the color is displayed in that pixel, right? Machine stores that information and accordingly displays it everything. For every picture, for every video, for every screen. That is how the things are being distributed. Now, resolution. We always say high resolution camera, high resolution mobile, for better pictures, or give me the picture in higher resolution. What do we understand by that? Anybody? Okay. Now, if I'm saying that, see, just understand the thing I'm trying to say. This is a screen I have, image I have. And I'm saying that the specifications for every dot is this big, this bigger dot, this bigger dot, this bigger dot. So 4 dots in one line, right? Now the amount of information there for this big dot and the amount of information there with the number of dots inside this dot. If you can make it very small, but choti cheez ka information if you pick up, obviously you'll get a better output. जितना बड़ा करते जाओगे उसको it will become generalized, है ना? So that is why the resolution is expressed in terms of the total number of pixels along the width and the height. जितना ज्यादा resolution है उतना clarity है picture में, because उतना individual smallest of information is being gathered and stored. Okay, so that is why the resolution like these kind of, when you see pictures on internet also, when you download something, we try to download a higher pixel. If I'm getting a picture of 320 by 450 or something like that, and I have a picture of 1080 into 1600, I prefer the 1080 into 1600. Because the clarity of the picture will be much, much better. It will not get blurred. When I expand the picture, it will not get blurred. That's why when we search for the images, at times we write HD images. Right? If I kind of show it to you also, that'll give you an idea if somebody is not aware of it. We quickly see that. I am opening my internet and I'm just trying to download images of something. What? Let's say, give me some example. What image? What? Typical for me to type in also. Let me have something easier. Picture of a garden. Garden scene. I do that. Okay, now when you open this, on the right side, you may see here. Can you see this? 355 into 280. Right? So that is the resolution it is giving. And this for me, it's very small. I'll not choose this picture. If I choose this picture and I try to increase it, you'll find blurriness here. Whereas if I try to go for a HD picture, you might be there in this search also, but let me just try to have a better search done. HD pictures, if I see, and then see the difference in the clarity. Let me see, it's 1600 into 900. This picture will, no matter how much you expand it, it will not blur. You know, the HD pictures have very high quality. लेकिन इसीलिए इसका स्टोरेज भी बहुत ज्यादा है. Size is also very high, ना? Because वो एक छोटा dot का information को store. Basic, simple. If I'm trying to store it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 box ka data if I try to store, and I try to store it in terms of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 into 4. Obviously, the amount of data you're sharing is storing is more. And hence the size of the picture is more. But hence the quality is better. Okay. So that is how the thing basically works. So resolution is, that is why very, very important. So AI algorithms breaks down the image into series of numbers that represent the color and intensity of each pixel, which allows them to process the image mathematically and extract meaningful information. It may sound very weird to you, but this we do in detail. I think it is there in the next year's syllabus. The actual calculation, how exactly I can see the calculation being taken out for an image. It's there in class 12. Right? So that is how a basic understanding of images for the machine starts. Moving down to the next one now. Data science. Now, I always believe, again, I say that these three things don't work in isolation anymore. They work in together. So now we have thought about one aspect of intelligence is my language. The second is my vision. I'm talking in terms of domains, but ultimately I'm trying to incorporate these intelligence only into my vision, right? And the third is data science. Now, what is data science? The data science is basically talking about the huge amount of data, huge amount of information, which the machine is using to come to a conclusion, which is happening in terms of, like I said, the forecast, weather forecast. What did I say? I said 10 years, 15 years, 20 years ka data uske paas hai, month by month, day by day, hour by hour. Imagine the amount of data it is creating. Data science is basically talking about that. But what we try to say is that data may include images, which are satellite pictures. So vision comes into play. वो उससे भी देख के find out कर रहा है cloud position, drought positions and all that. है ना? So that is why it involves a lot of things. It might not be only textual or numeric data. It might include images, videos, everything, even dance moves. That is also a data, right? You are watching something on YouTube, you change what you want to watch, immediately the next recommendation changes. Data science is involved in that. But you're typing, who's reading that, NLP is also involved in it. And so they actually work in coordination. So that it's not very much isolation which followed, right? So data science deals with numerical, alphabetical, and alphanumeric data inputs like facts, statistics, opinions, voices, photos, names, and even transcripts. Everything is a data. We hear in news nowadays that Google is picking up every move of yours. Wherever you're going, whatever you're typing, whatever you're watching, everything is a data for it. That is why you log in one machine and search for a shoe or a belt or hair accessories. You may open at 10 other places. Multiple recommendations based on these will come, popping up right and left in a screen. Okay. So people, Google or people as such also, they are keeping track. Everything is a data. आपने क्या सोचा, आपने क्या type किया, आपने क्या किया, everything is a data. Okay. So from there only the analysis are being done. So your search recommendations, Google Map history, social media activity, cloud storage, textbooks, and more are all forms of data which now machines are preserving. कि data नहीं होगा तो वो analysis तो कर ही नहीं सकता है ना? As in when we grow up, all my experiences, all that I've learned in school, from my parents, from my environment, everything is fed in my brain, no? That is how I'm becoming experienced. That is how I'm becoming intelligent. Isn't it? So that is what you want to expect your machine to be. उसको भी सारा data तो provide करना पड़ेगा ना. तभी वो बन सकता है, right? So that is how the data science becomes so very important. It involves the collection, analysis, interpretation of large volumes of data. And when I say large, it is actually very huge. It's not just single row or single column or 10 columns or 10 rows. It's huge, right? To extract insights and patterns using statistical methods, machine learning algorithms, and data visualization techniques. All new terms, we'll study about it in Python and we'll try to implement it through search to some extent. Now, when I talk about data, I need to understand about these three characteristics or these three categories of data. One data which comes to me in a tabular format, very organized, very structured, I call it a structured data. Okay? Your attendance registers, very methodically maintained, roll number, serial number, admission number, name, your day-wise attendance, your total attendance of the month, your absence of the month, everything is very organized and maintained like that. It's a structured data. Okay? All your feeds from your YouTube or your Instagram, all your posts, they are not, when you're going to extract the data, that's not going to be in a very, very organized manner. It might be in a very random manner. Correct? So that kind of a data comes under my unstructured category. Okay? In that category, we are talking about two types, completely unstructured and semi-structured. Okay? Now, if you have studied HTML anytime in your life, then you understand what I'm talking about and showing you as an example for semi-structured data. That it is not completely in the tabular format, but it has some kind of a method, some kind of a rule. That comes under your semi-structured, and unstructured is your song, what all songs you played in the past 1 month on YouTube, what all movies you watched, what all reels you watched, what all reels you liked, what all places you visited, everything which is there on the internet and everything which you're accessing, doing, Amazon में क्या-क्या search किया, क्या-क्या like किया, क्या-क्या wish list में डाला, everything is an unstructured data. सब कुछ store होगा. Then ultimately it is able to filter. It is, or it has to filter from there what all it needs for its work and then converts it into a structured way and then uses it. Okay? So these are the three categories. Types of data, structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. I've given you the basic understanding. In terms of terminology, you can obviously read it. Now, this term cognitive computing is what I'm talking all the way out, that integrating the three domains together, which will lead to better understanding, which will lead to better intelligence. Right? A human is constantly thinking, seeing, right? Analyzing, speaking, writing, constant effort. Isn't it? It doesn't work in isolation. आप सिर्फ देखते रहते हो, you do not really do anything about that. That doesn't happen. Your mind is also constantly working. Right? So this kind of an integration will lead to intelligent systems. That is what we are talking about when we use the term cognitive computing. It integrates data science, NLP, and vision to create intelligent systems that can understand and interact with humans in a human-like manner. वो आपके expression को भी read कर रहा है. Some people are very expressive. They don't utter a word, but their eye movements and their lip movements and their head movements tell you all. If there's a machine in front of you and he's talking to you, he should be able to analyze it. ठीक है ना, अगर वो एनालाइज कर सकता तभी तो हम उसको इंटेलिजेंट बोलेंगे. Correct? So that is what we talk about when we say cognitive computing. By combining these technologies, cognitive computing enables machines to process and interpret diverse types of data, communicate effectively in natural language, and perceive and understand the visual information. It's seeing that, tuck, 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 and gathering. It may gather from the current vision I'm getting that all my screens are black in color. The desk is brown in color. The desk the seating area doesn't have a backrest. I'm using a red chair. I have glass windows. You know, everything. It's reading and seeing and perceiving. Right? So all this works in together, extending the capabilities of traditional data systems. Am I clear with the domains? Let's see how much you understand. So this is where I am. Again, I would always say that certain things we look in isolation of the domain. But at certain place, you may able to understand that, ma'am, this इसमें तो ये भी use होता है. So there's an integration. Okay. But in general, if I kind of see an application here and I want to categorize it into either of the domain, let's see whether we can do it or not. Okay. So the first one is gesture recognition for human computer interaction. Recognizing the gesture. I'm going there and saying hello. So it is a data science or an NLP or a vision. Okay, see, this is where the confusion comes in, because what we are expecting out here is, because it's talking about recognition. Recognizing that you're seeing is important. So I put it under the computer vision. But of course, his understanding of everything comes into play. So data science to hai hai. Not denying that fact, right? But then a basic classification will put under this under your computer vision. Because you're recognizing, saying a recognition of gesture, which you see and recognize. I use it. Chatbots for customer service. This is understanding of language. So this is purely NLP. And a chatbot is purely NLP. Spam email detection. Now what's happening? An email comes to your inbox and it is automatically sent to spam folder. Happens, so sometimes they say, I've sent you the mail, check it. You say, I've not received it. It's not there in the inbox. They say, okay, go and check the spam. Yes? Now, how does the machine, you think, classifies your mail into spam or not spam? Whether it's data science or other domain, I'll come to that later. I'm asking you, what do you think is the process of recognition? How do you think certain mails are sent to the spam and certain mails don't go to the spam, they come to your inbox? Huh? So Google alert is happening because of some reason, no? What is the reason I'm asking? See, when a mail comes in, there's a subject, there is a from where it has come, right? So it is able to identify that from maybe is not a proper user, but a company. So at times, the mails coming from companies are treated as an advertising mail and they're sent to the spam. Certain times you have yourself marked certain addresses as whatever mail coming in from this address, send it to spam. And इस तरह का you have made a software wherein you are saying that the mail, from the content of the mail, from the name of the sender, from the name of the subject, you are able to analyze whether it is a spam mail or not, whether it's an official mail or a proper mail or a spam mail, right? So what is it reading? It is reading the content. It's language. Again, it's a NLP, purely NLP. Okay, spam email detection. Autonomous drones for surveillance. Of course, vision and fine. Where somewhere at the back of the mind you have data science also, because उसमें data भी तो feed करो उसमें, है ना? But of course, drones are using vision. There's no doubt about that. Google Translate, NLP, language. translation from English to Hindi. Have you used Google Translate? Yes. You're converting the data, no? Nothing else. So NLP. Fraud detection in financial transactions. Banking transaction, and suddenly there's an alert which says it's fraud on the systems. How do you think it's working? Which domain do I put it? I think in fraud detection, all aspects are involved. What about others in the class? Can you give me some answer? Yes? What do you think fraud detection in financial transaction be categorized into which domain? Yes, Vani, Vihan, Divij,
Ma'am, NLP.
NLP. Okay, so give me the instance, give me the reason for that.
Ma'am, first of all, the machine will detect the fraud, so it will be written, right? So the machine would read whatever it is.
And a
Um,
decide.
yeah.
Okay. What about others? Any other viewpoint on this? Netik, Divij, any other viewpoint on this? Karan Kumar, what do you think? Fraud detection in financial transactions. See, financial transactions could be a customer call also. Like we have, no? I'm calling from ICICI Bank. I'm your this manager or something, and I'm sending you an email. Please open it. There's an OTP. Please share. We have to detect frauds here itself. है ना? One way of doing it. There could be other ways also. Financial transaction में frauds आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. It's very, very common. We hear and we read it in the newspapers also that some or the other way they are able to make frauds in these things. So what do you think it should be? One is, of course, NLP, fine, because if it is a document coming in, if it is some mail coming in, it's being read. Or else it could be some call coming in, the phone number is being picked up and is being identified as a fraud. Right? So both works, I think. NLP is a good thing to correlate it to. Or at times it could be, I'm not able to think of a vision example here. I believe it should be NLP okay. Right? If we can have some other opinion about it, we may definitely have that. Okay, augmented reality applications. We talked about augmented reality later also. Snapchat filters, vision, because you move your head and the crown moves. You want to attach a goggle, so it is able to identify your face properly, then your eyes, and it fits in the goggle there. You're trying to put a lipstick, it is able to identify your lips and put it. So definitely vision. Sports analytics for performance optimization. Yeah. Yes. Data science, of course, without any shadow of doubt. If I see cricket, one person comes to the field to play, Virat Kohli coming to play, his whole history, civics, geography is shown to you. How many runs made in which match, kitna average hai, kitna kya hai, kya bowling rate hai, whatever. I don't know much of the terms used, but entire analytics is done. So wherever analytics is happening, weather analytics, sports analytics, gaming analytics, whatever, they all are majorly under data science, right? But of course, again, I'm using the pictures to analyze the things. So vision is also can be a part of it, but majorly data science, right? Object detection in autonomous vehicles. Vision, of course. Wherever it's detection, it's vision. So I'm talking about a automatic car. So it must be able to see an object and accordingly decide that I need to stop. अगर उसको object नहीं दिखेगा, he'll go and bang it out. You don't want that. है ना? When a human is driving, he's using his eyes until unless he's looking somewhere else or looking on his phone. He's supposed to stop if he sees an obstruction. And it's completely based on your vision. Okay. Recommendation system for an e-commerce platform. Customer segmentation for targeted marketing, text summarization, automated subtitles, medical image, and stock protection. These I leave for you to analyze and give me the answers in the group. So back once the class is over, whenever you get little time, just go through the PPT a little and try to put these 5 examples under the various domains. Okay, try it out. Have your own reasons. You might have 2 people giving different answers. You might have common answers. You might have your own justification because these are general terms. They may involve multiple aspects. So there is no correct defined answer. नहीं ये तो यही होना चाहिए. I may give you an example or you may give me some example that there मैम देखिए इसका variation use होगा. ठीक है? So I give you this task of getting me certain ideas about what you understand from here and which domain it is supposed to be put in. Major things. There's always an overlap. I am putting it myself. Okay. So today we have discussed about what exactly automation is and how it differs from intelligence, machine intelligence, right? What are we focusing at when we talk about AI? That is very, very important. Okay. Second, we discussed about the founder of this thing, the path which this entire concept has traveled, starting from 1950s to current and beyond. Then the levels, narrow, broad, and general. Correct? Then we discussed about the domains. Mainly this we did. Correct? Please read through it. I'll put all the material in the GCR. And do not go for buying any book as of now. The CBSE manual is what we follow dedicatedly. When I need to recommend you some book or some practice questions, some question bank kind of a thing, let it be available in the market, a foolproof one, then you buy. The syllabus has changed last year for 11th and this year for 12th. There is no proper material available yet. Okay, so we follow whatever we have and then let's wait for the sample papers and everything from CBSE. Because as of now, we don't have much material with the new syllabus. Correct? So we follow the soft copy of the book, which I will put in the GCR. Right? And the PPTs and whatever material I get, I'll be sharing that. Correct? Okay then. Bye-bye.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
can you please send the GCR link in the main group again?
Yes, I will surely share the GCR link. Otherwise, how do you access? That is very, very obvious, Bida.